Hey guys, Greg in the Northwoods. The other day I got my Bobcat, so today, being Saturday and I have nothing to do, I'm pulling my sets. But I wanted to show something. We had really cold weather, and about 50% of the sets I had out wouldn't have fired anyway. There's one right here, let's see if it fires. Okay, that one was good. That one's, I mean, I used a lot of wax dirt, and it come out of there and got the stick just fine. Let's check these other couple in this cubby, because I had a couple that ain't no way anything would have stepped on them. They were going off. I'm guessing the pan for this one's right about pan's right there. See that? I'm pounding on that pan, and that trap is not going up. So I obviously didn't get enough wax dirt. I used a lot of wax dirt too. This cubby had a whole deer rib cage and a bunch of stuff in there. I got a trail camera right there, so we'll see if it was actually a bobcat. But I'm pounding on that pan, and you see it's not going anywhere. It's definitely tripped right there. Let's try the other side. So I had a bobcat come along. He'd have had a free pass, free meal anyway. If this one doesn't fire. The pan for this one should be right there. Same deal. See that? There's wax dirt all around it. I'm scratching that all around it. But we had almost 0-degree temperatures. So 1 out of 3 at this location would have fired. So just note to self, when you're out setting traps, all it takes is the levers to get stuck in wet dirt and freeze in, especially when it's this cold. If it was only 28, 30, that never would have happened. Those would have fired. But when you get down into the 10-degree Fahrenheit area, that happens. So if you got sets out, you better double check them, because those wouldn't work. And like I said, that cubby had a lot of deer scraps in it, and who knows what took it out. Hopefully my trail camera will tell the story, and I'll show them too. Okay guys, this is Greg. I'm pulling traps today, as I said. This is actually the spot I caught my bobcat. The other day I walked in here, and there was another set of bobcat tracks right on top of my little trail going in here that wasn't there the day I caught mine. So there's still cats out here. I know there's more than one too, because I've had more than one on trail camera. Had 3 at one time. Like I said, this is why there's the bobcat tracks right there. He went off that way somewhere, but he was walking right down my path here. The other day. This is kind of there's one of his tracks right there. Kind of snowed in now, but in there. He was walking around now. It's kind of showing. I have not touched these sets since I made them, and it was warmer when I made them. It got way cold. And like the other ones, I want to see how many of these fire. There is a total of 7 traps out here. Let's see how many of them actually work. And how many cats may have gotten free passes in this. I mean, if they went to any of these sets, I'd know it anyway, just because of the snow, but I just want to see if they fire and show you guys that even when you use wax dirt, if you don't get it just right, you might be sorry. I got one right there. I got one right over there. I'm going to find a stick in the woods, and I need to find a stick. I'll use one of the sticks right here by the set, because I don't care. There's the hole. There's where the trap is. That one was fine. That was a definite. That would have caught for sure. Good old MB 550s with lots of wax sand around it. Wax dirt. Another one right there. That one worked. But that is definitely. I mean, I'm kind of surprised they all work. Let's go over and check this one, and then I'll move on to the next spot. I got one right up here. See, there's no bobcat tracks around them. Not like I'm missing anything. There's one right there. And that one worked. So those 3 right there, killer sets, and they worked. And this literally is, when I set this, it was after a thaw. This was pure mud. So maybe that's why these were a little better, because I made sure more wax dirt was around the trap. So I'm gonna move on a little bit. Okay guys, I'm at another spot. Those of you that know me know that sometimes for cats, I just set a trap on top of the ground. There's one right there. Perfect example. And that trap's gonna fire every time. Almost guaranteed. There's a trap right over here. Almost on the ground. That one fired. There's a whole bunch of food in there for the kitties. Looks like the squirrel's been eating a lot. That's okay. Let the squirrels eat. Let the birds eat. I don't care. I'm done with my cats. Oh, but look at that. There's cat tracks right there. And there's cat tracks right there. Little tiny ones. I had kits come in here eating. I didn't want to catch them. And it looks to me like that trap might have been froze down when they came in. There's a track right there. There's a trap right there. There's a piece of meat on it. Let me get that meat out there. Boy, did that cat get lucky that it didn't get caught. But I mean, that track, there's my finger next to that track. That track is tiny. So they were back in here. See, there's track there around. They've been back in a couple times, but they didn't get caught. And thank God they didn't get caught, because I didn't really want them. So, wow, I'm just surprised, because this is where I caught the other cat. You can see how tore up the cubby is, and I reset it just to see if I could catch another one, and then let it go. But kind of glad I didn't. Okay, here's another trap, and it almost looks like there's a track right on the pan. Look at that. Oh, nope, he must have just missed the pan, because there sure was that might have been a snow blob though. I'm might be jumping it. Maybe that was a snow blob, but okay. So all of these traps actually worked in here. Yeah, it's kind of funny. There's these little kitty tracks. Those are little tiny ones come right out of there, and that is a bobcat, because I've got pictures of little tiny ones in here eating. That's kind of cool. Those are my next year kitties. I don't know where they might have come from. It looks like they come from down this way. There's a beaver flooding back here, and I'm gonna guess if I get out here to the water, there's gonna be tracks right down the ice, and they know the food's up here, so they came up here to eat, knowing that I've been, I put in pre-season work and I feed and stuff. Yep, there you go, right there. That is too cool. Those cats have been walking. Okay, there's muskrat in and out of the ice there. It's definitely not otter, because an otter would slide. But see the bobcat tracks all over this pond. Bobcat tracks up there, right up that channel, they went right up to where I was feeding. There's track everywhere. And those are all bobcat, I believe. You know what, that one, I can't really tell. This one set, that set is definitely bobcat. This one set might be coyote. And did they catch something there and eat it? Who knows? There's like slide marks. Maybe they're chasing something, but I just love the woods. There's tracks all over this. Come down here, there's even more tracks. That's one thing, guys. If you're near water and it freezes, I don't know if you can see all the tracks. I'm gonna try to go to where, like, they all go one way. Either that or they were chasing something. Let me see. It almost looks, oh, that is an otter slide. Okay, there's a slide there. There's been an otter out here. They come out of that hole, ran over, drug its tail, slid right there, slid up there. So there's an otter playing around out here too. Let me see if I can get over here. And you know, otter are cool. I'll give you that. They're kind of cool. But I don't know if you can see, I'm not going any closer because I'll fall in. There's a gap between that log that goes out that way. You got all those tracks, and they go right between that spot, between a log and a high spot, and back out on the other side and right on down. There's another dam down there. I'm sure I could find crossings on. Wow, just cool. All right, guys, I'm out. Hey, guys. All right, it's Greg again. I didn't even set this spot. I just set some weasel boxes out because I didn't have any bobcats, and today there's a fresh set of small bobcat tracks coming right out of where I had it. So let's walk back here and see. See the bobcat come right down underneath that tree there. My cubby is out here. I just want to see if he went in it. I don't have a trail camera on it. There's not going to be good footage. And he walked right here. Here's my tracks. This nice kitty track right there. Literally right down my path. Let's see where he went or might have went. Like I said, I have some weasel boxes out here. But he's right here. I've caught a few bobcat in this area, but I didn't set a trap because it wasn't a high percentage area. So let's just check that weasel box. Nothing. He's following my tracks. I'll almost guarantee you he got a nice little meal up in here. Still on my tracks. Actually, this almost, well, front and back foot. He stopped. Look at, okay, there's a weasel box. He went right up and sniffed in that. He come from right over that way. My cubby's over there, so I'm gonna follow his tracks. Nothing in there. I'm gonna follow his tracks. Come from right here on this trail, right through there. There's all kinds of red squirrels and stuff to draw me here. Oh, I don't think he went near my set because he came way out here and I'm 20 yards from my set. He came out of the jack pines that way somewhere, it looks like. Okay, now I'm gonna go over to my set. Just make sure he didn't like go by it, circle out in those pines hunting and come back. I wouldn't be surprised if he did come here. No big deal though, I've already got my cat. That's a pretty small track too. Like I said at the last spot, that just means there's more here for next year. You can see there's my cubby. There was a bunch of food in there, but the squirrels and the birds and everything else been eating it, which is fine. I never set a trap there. There would have been a trap there, and there would have been a trap right there. There wasn't. There's a weasel box right there that's set off, but nothing in it. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. I wasn't expecting to film anything here, but just because you don't get them on a trail camera at one time doesn't mean they're not here. And like I said, I've caught cats. Well, this actual cubby caught one a couple years ago. The year before that, I caught one just up there where he sniffed that box. So they're here. All right, guys. Peace out.